What's up, guys? Here with you at FC Wonder Kid, here with my mate Pedro. How are you?
Hey Alex, I'm fine. Always excited to talk about the Premier League.
True, the top four, a big topic, and don't forget to comment down below your thoughts and like this video for more videos just like this. We could kick in with who's going to win, but let's talk first on a Tottenham and a Man United level. I'm going to go with a bold question at the start. Is Tottenham going to finish ahead of Man United in your opinion, Pedro?
Sorry, Man United fans, but I do think Tottenham will finish ahead of Man United in the Premier League. I do think they're more consistent. I do think United is lacking in the coach. Coaching-wise, I've said this many times. Ten Hag hasn't proven to be United material throughout the course of this year. I'm not talking about last year, but this year we've been seeing an inconsistent United, fallouts with many important and key players.
Sancho, Cristiano.
Yeah, man. Just to mention a few. Even Varane.
So you obviously...
Even Varane, man. And Varane was supposed to be the backbone of United's defense. And we've seen him struggling ever since Ten Hag started to put him aside from time to time.
No, that's a fair point. But just wanted to mention on this end, and I agree with you, this season, Ange Pochettino has been a better manager than Erik ten Hag. I think that's facts. And even the Tottenham signings, if Ange Pochettino has a hand in Vicario coming in, Mickey van de Ven coming in, James Maddison coming in.
Pedro Porro
was
I
there
know,
before, but he's improved Pedro Porro.
Yeah, but when Pedro Porro started,
Bissouma,
he wasn't this good.
Pape Matar, all players that have improved with Ange Pochettino. So I am more leaning towards agreeing with you that I think that the manager is a variable that Tottenham has better than Man United. But I think this Man United, these wonder kids, Kobe Mainoo, Garnacho, and Jesus Winter-Højlund can make the difference for Man United. Højlund is the youngest player in Man United history to score in 4 consecutive Premier League games.
Since Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah. I do think so.
He's the youngest.
Did he surpass
Cristiano? Jesus Winter-Højlund's the youngest at 20.
And even the goal contributions, goals plus assists, I think since Cristiano... there wasn't a youngster that has done it so many times in consecutive matches as Rasmus Højlund has been doing it.
Well, but Cristiano has his heritage. The last player, Cristiano Ronaldo, remains the last player to win a Ballon d'Or that is in the Premier League. Haaland could have been Haaland, but Cristiano is still that guy.
I will correct you, Alex. It should have been Haaland. And I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna say any other.
That's a good one. But going back to Tottenham and United, so. You think that Tottenham, the variable is the manager, and Tottenham is without Harry Kane, one of their biggest legends. So that's why you say Ange is better than Erik ten Hag, right?
No, Alex, listen. I think the gameplay, the way that Ange projects his ideas on the pitch are way better. You can see a game plan there. Some people might think Ange copies Pep. And he absolutely owns it. I copy Pep, mate. True. And it's true because you can see the fullbacks going to the middle, leaving the wings for the wingers. And it works so well. It's so fluid. And at Man United, you see them struggling. You see the Ten Hag wants them to play from the back, using Onana as almost as a center back, distributing the gameplay, but it's not working.
But do you think Erik ten Hag deserves another summer transfer window, another season, even if he doesn't win any trophy and he doesn't go to the top 4 in the Premier League? That's a must, right?
Listen, Alex, I wouldn't sack him now, because truth be told, we need to see if he was in the right when he started arguing with arguments with such important players, you know. So we'll give him time because just now he started playing Kobe Mainoo, Garnacho on the right. Højlund is now getting in the correct track.
Still suffered 3 goals from Wolves. Kobe Mainoo scores first Premier League goal, but still suffers 3 goals from Wolves.
So you reckon that if he has another transfer market, he will go for a centre back?
United must go for a centre back.
Yeah, and now with Lisandro Martinez injured.
True.
It's a big problem.
And do you think Varane leaves?
I don't know, man, because Varane is not getting the game time he wants. He's not getting the role he wants at Man United. And let's be honest, Varane is not an old centre back.
True.
He still has a lot to give to the game.
Not a young centre back.
Not a young, but he's not old. He's around 30, right? If I'm not mistaken.
He's around 30. Yeah, he can have another home run if he goes to like a Juve with a Giantoli. Could happen.
So I do think it's time for him to move on, and it's time for Ten Hag to find another centre back. Also, for United, it would be good if it's not as prone to injuries as Lisandro Martinez and Varane both have proven to be.
I agree. And I wanted to just say this. I think Erik Ten Hag is very responsible for the transfers of Lisandro Martinez and Anthony. Two big boy transfers. More than 150 million spent.
Yeah, and both, even though for different reasons, have not been up to expectations. Lisandro,
Garnacho is the best right winger at Man United.
Yeah.
And he didn't cost 100 million.
And he was supposed to be a left wing.
But Garnacho is the type of player that he has that dedication that he's learned from Cristiano Ronaldo.
The work rate, man. The work rate's just amazing.
And the fact that we didn't see, I think I would have loved to see the tape. Honestly, if the tape exists, I want to see it one day. Garnacho's reaction towards Cristiano Ronaldo leaving Man United. Look, he's an inspiration, he's an icon, and the actions of Garnacho, not just the celebrations, the actions on the pitch, a lot of them reflect a lot of dedication and hunger.
And just the character Garnacho must have in him to express that love for Cristiano Ronaldo, being an Argentinian player. Even some Argentinian icons, such as Angel Di Maria, have come forward telling Garnacho not to do this, and he just keeps on praising Ronaldo. You know, that's a type of praise. That's the type of praise, and I appreciate that, because if you do have an idol, you should show it in a respectful way. And I think what Garnacho is showing towards Cristiano Ronaldo is nothing but respect, man.
I love to see it. I completely agree. 19 years old. So Tottenham Man United fans, we've spoken about you, but speak to us too in the comments section.
And also, sorry, I'd like to mention Tottenham has had its troubles with injuries as well, and with suspensions.
Madison.
With suspensions, red cards.
Madison was very long.
One thing is key for me to think that Tottenham is actually going to finish up ahead Man United, which is Richarlison finally started to perform as a striker, okay? And that was crucial since Harry Kane has left, and we all been talking about, oh man, Tottenham's playing so well, and now they're just missing one piece, which would be the striker, and Harry Kane would be perfect for this Tottenham team. But now Richarlison is filling in the boots, man.
True.
And I like to see that.
And people were saying that they needed to buy a striker. Maybe not. Richarlison is scoring those goals.
Man. And it's not like there are plenty of strikers in the market nowadays that you can go and purchase. And for sure, not cheap ones if they want to get a good one. I can only think of 2 or 3 that would be willing to move.
To Tottenham. I think a Santiago Gimenez would be a great player from Feyenoord.
I think for the right price, Lautaro Martinez would go.
Lautaro won't leave Inter. Lautaro won't leave Inter.
Yeah, he's been putting in some
and
good
my
goals
justification towarus Lautaro not leaving Inter is Lautaro's had Lukaku. Lautaro's had Lukaku.
Icardi, no?
Marcus Thuram now, and he's had Dzeko. All 3 fantastic strikers to play alongside Lautaro. Inter are the club that makes that happen. I think he needs to respect the fact that Inter always surrounds him with the best team. So even Taremi now is rumoredly going to go for free.
You think that Inter always tries to build around Lautaro Martinez?
One of the key factors. Barella, Lautaro, Di Marco, Bastoni.
And it's logical to think so, because if you look at his numbers, he's consistently putting more than 20 league goals per season.
Exactly.
And just now, Lautaro is almost equaling his tally from last year's league season. So he ended up with 21 goals last season, and Lautaro Martinez this season, in half the matches, has 19 goals already, man.
It's
crazy.
Lot because of Marcus Thuram behind him, a Sanyanoglu behind him, a Barella staying
Thuram
at Inter.
It was such a good acquisition, and it's so
Marco
underrated.
Is one of the best crosses with the football. But we're talking about Premier League, and some of these names should go to the Premier League. Bastoni and Barella, I think we're talking for Tottenham a lot. But top 3. The top 3 were unanimous in the Premier League, Pedro, aren't we? It's Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool.
Not in that order, but yes.
But that's a good one. But so you agree? I
do agree.
Man City are the favorites to win the title. Opta agrees with us. Opta says most likely to win the Premier League title, 66% to Man City, 26% to Liverpool, 7% to Arsenal, and a humble 0.8 to Aston Villa, and a 0.1 to Tottenham.
Man, but if you had given the Aston Villa at the beginning of the season 0.8, I think they would take it, man. I don't think they would expect to be doing as good as they are. It's a phenomenal run.
It's true.
By Aston Villa.
Unai Emery deserves a lot of credit. What Unai Emery has done with Ollie Watkins, what Unai Emery has done with Leon Bailey, Boubacar Kamara, Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz is one of the best defensive mids in the Premier League.
Jack Carlos is amazing
and
centre
Pau
back.
Torres, what a centre back duo with Emi Martinez behind them. This is not any defense.
Yeah, and we're talking about arguably one of the best goalkeepers currently at this time in the world.
Top 10. Definitely a top 10 goalkeeper in the world. Not better than
I
Diogo
agree,
Costa.
man. It's crazy.
But on Arsenal, on Man City, what do you think is going to happen with Man City?
So, Alex, I think Man City have just gone through their most troubling time of the season, okay? Man City were just for a few months without Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne.
True.
And they were able to manage and clinch these first positions. So now they're going to charge for it. That's why I think Man City are undoubtedly the favorites to win it.
Completely agree.
Now, between Liverpool and Arsenal, I don't quite agree with those stats, okay? I think it's way more balanced than that.
The
and
percentage,
if you look, even though Liverpool is without Mohamed Salah, or was in the Arsenal match,
1 month.
But when you saw them matching up, I wasn't expecting Arsenal to perform this good against a strong Liverpool
Salah
side that's growing.
Big
Liverpool is really playing good football. You have Diogo Jota recovered from injury, bagging those goals. Darwin Núñez, even though he started on the bench, is now gaining some confidence. McAllister really filling in the boots since Fabinho left. Liverpool needed somebody to grab that midfield, and McAllister has been the guy now. And I feel that. But I was expecting more against Arsenal. I saw a lost team on the pitch, and I was expecting more even after Jurgen Klopp's departing news.
I think Mo Salah not playing against Arsenal is a huge factor. Salah has not played for Liverpool 1 month until now because of AFCON. He's still the top scorer. 14 goals scored. Most in goal involvements in the Premier League too. 22. Not in Liverpool. The top goal scorer of the Premier League. So I think it's detrimental if he's there or not. But I agree. I think Arsenal impressed me. But I'm still not at the point that I'll say. The top three is Man City for me. First, second Liverpool, third Arsenal. Even though they lost in the Emirates. Liverpool.
I agree with you. And I think it would be different if they had a powerful striker at the moment.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
No joke. I think if they had a world-class striker, Arsenal, they would be a Premier League winner.
And I'm not talking about an all-rounder striker. I mean, just a poacher for them would be great at the moment. And I don't think they have any player that could perform that role currently in their squad. That's why I'm talking about a poacher. And Kai Havertz playing at striker, man, he's just literally not a guy. And you see on Saka's first goal, man, that finishing from Kai Havertz was just cringe.
But he did get cringe. 2 fouls that led to Konate getting the red card.
Man, I know, but he doesn't take that chances. He's not clinical in front of goal. He doesn't have the composure. Havertz seems clumsy at times. I don't know if you agree with me. I don't think he's an Arsenal caliber type of player, to be honest. I don't think he has put in any footballing qualities since he has left Bayer Leverkusen that justify his price tag, to be honest.
Exactly. I completely agree. 60 million?
And now 75 to Arsenal.
75 million.
Yeah.
This is what Arsenal spent on Kai Havertz. I completely agree that he doesn't match that price. And Nicolas Pepe was another one in the past that was very expensive, okay? High numbers, but I completely agree. I think Arsenal, with a world-class striker and a world-class CDM, Arsenal are a UCL contender too. If they were to have this, okay?
So, but Declan Rice is not enough for you?
No, to win a Champions League or a Premier League? No.
Yeah.
No.
You're serious. I've just witnessed a world-class performance from Declan Rice against Liverpool. That was...
And at 8, Jorginho was playing more at the 6.
Yeah,
Jorginho played very good.
Jorginho, but he was a deep-lying playmaker, Jorginho. He was just putting in the passes, but it was amazing.
In my opinion, Arsenal's best CDM is Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey has been more injured than he's playing in the last 3 seasons, in my view. Jorginho, great backup. But you need to have someone world class. Imagine a João Palhinha and Vitor Gyökeres at Arsenal. You're telling me they're not more likely to win a Champions League
of course,
or a Premier League?
If you have João Palhinha in your team, you're always closer to win a title. Then that's just a fact, man.
And not Gyökeres.
Yeah, I'm just.
I'm joking.
It's easier for Arsenal to get Palhinha than it is to get Gyökeres at the moment.
And about
just have to be honest.
And Arteta. Arteta deserves big credit on everything that's happening with Arsenal, in my view. Arteta is the key element towards developing Odegaard, Saliba, Saka, and Martinelli, in my view, and convincing that Declan Rice coming to the project. What are your thoughts on Arteta?
Man, Arteta, for me, it's arguably the best thing that happened to Arsenal in the last 10 years. He's developed a play style. He brought joy to the Emirates back. Even though it's not only footballing-wise, you can see the environment around the team. He even insisted on Arsenal having their own chant, North London Forever.
True.
And all these kind of things contribute for the club environment and for the club to grow. So Arteta was targeting Arsenal to sprout, you know, and not only to have one good
positive energy, right?
Yeah, he was not just aiming to have one good season. He wants to bring Arsenal back from the dead, you know. He wants to raise Arsenal back from the dead. And don't get me wrong when I say back from the dead, but Arsenal from these last 10 years is not the same Arsenal we've seen in the beginning of the 21st century with Arsène Wenger, man, with Henry at striker position.
Since Wenger left, they hadn't got to the Champions League, Arsenal.
Man, since Wenger left, of course, I think it's undoubtable that this Arsenal is the best we've seen in a long time. And even with Arsène Wenger there in the last years, I even think this Arsenal is better than that Arsenal, which always consistently finished top 4. But yeah, Arteta, it was quite shocking for me that he's moving on.
I think it's fake. It's fake.
You don't think it's fake?
Well,
I'll be shocked if it's true.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay, I don't know if it's completely true, but Arteta's come out and said it's not true. So going with his words, I think he believes a lot in the project. So I do reckon it's not true. I think he'll stay next season.
If in fact it is true, I'm almost certain he will end up going for the Barcelona job. But it makes sense. Arteta was a Barcelona player. His game style is pretty good and similar to what Barcelona likes to play. So
trust the youth. But that's a whole other topic though on Barca.
Yeah, man,
but since you're talking about managers, Liverpool will definitely have a new manager and they're in the Premier League. Who do you think will be the next manager of Liverpool?
Okay, Alex, so for Liverpool, I have 2 contenders, and I think you just have to agree with me. The number 1 is Xabi Alonso.
Completely.
And number 2, Ruben Amorim. So I think it's going to be between these 2.
It's bold. Ruben is bold for many English fans.
And we already know, and Portuguese league fans know it almost for certain that Ruben Amorim is intended to leave at the end of the season. I would say 90% sure.
Imagine if Gyökeres stays at Sporting another season.
The thing is, I doubt that Gyökeres is going to stay at Sporting for another season.
Look, Premier League fans. Look how good he rates Gyökeres.
You won't have another striker for 100 mil that is as good as Victor Gyökeres. And this is a big statement because we're talking about 100 million, okay? Victor Gyökeres is the man who does it all. He can play with his back facing the goal. He can play in transition. He can hold the ball. He's strong. He's fast. He can do everything in that striker position.
So if he stays, Ruben Amorim should stay too.
Man, we're talking about... I'm no joke, Alex. We're talking about 2 of the best in the world at their job. Ruben Amorim, for me, it's one of the best coaches in the world currently. And Victor Gyökeres, at the moment, currently, is a top 3 striker in the world. And I have absolutely no doubt about what I'm saying, okay? And it doesn't matter that he plays in the Portuguese league because next year he will be playing in the Premier League and he will be smashing it. Remember the name Victor Gyökeres.
24 goals and 10 assists until now. We're beginning of February.
It's crazy. And it's just not the goals and the assists. It's the spaces he opens, the opposition that he displaces with his movements, you know? The duels he wins. He consistently wins duels. If it's in the midfield or the last third, he's
How
consistently
didn't the Premier
winning
League team
duels.
get him from Coventry?
It's crazy. That just makes me wonder: are Premier League teams berating the Championship by not looking at it that much?
A lot of players go there, though. Alex Scott went down to Bournemouth. Jude Bellingham was highly rated when he leaves Birmingham to Dortmund.
But then again, he wasn't going to the Premier League.
No,
like,
but United tried a lot. Everybody tried a lot.
but
Jude
if they
Bellingham.
really wanted Jude Bellingham, they would have gotten it.
No. I really think Jude Bellingham's plan...
He went for the project.
I think his plan was, I want to become an English national team starter. I want to become a consistent Champions League performer. And then the best happened, which was to go to Real Madrid.
How crazy is it that Jude Bellingham, arguably the best English footballer at the moment, hasn't played a single
Harry
match
Kane.
in the Premier League?
Harry Kane, though. Yeah, but that's mad.
Okay, it's still a mad stat, okay? Because you don't see a lot of that nowadays, because usually
That's true.
good English players stay in the
No,
Premier League.
and the fact that Jude Bellingham at the age of 20, he's played in the Bundesliga, he's played in the Championship, he's played in La Liga.
And he's proven himself in every league he has gone so far.
27 international caps to Jude Bellingham. A world-class player at the age of 20. I completely agree.
And
So, Xabi Alonso, favorite. I completely agree to go to Liverpool. Right now, DF Pokal semi-finalist. Top in the Bundesliga. Let's see against Bayern Munich how it goes. Europa League knockouts right now. And 26 games. No,
And
26 wins, 4 draws, 30 games unbeaten.
yeah, that's
right now.
crazy. So, and they're going up to play at Munich next
Exactly.
next
No.
week.
At Leverkusen, I think. I think it's
It's
at
in
Leverkusen.
I think it's away.
Yeah, I'll
I
check.
think it's
I'll
away.
check.
But still, it's pretty good stats. And they've already played Bayern this season, and they haven't lost, which is crazy good.
True.
And Alex, let me
It's at
ask you this
Leverkusen,
question. So
Leverkusen.
it's at Leverkusen. So I'm sorry.
Ah,
Let me ask you this question. So both Ruben Amorim and Xabi Alonso like to play with a 3 center back system. So you reckon that Liverpool will be willing to accept that change given their squad depth at the moment? Because I don't think at the moment Liverpool can play in a 3 center back system
Completely agree.
with the players they got.
They will have to accept Trent in a new role too. And I think even these tactics will have to obviously mesh a lot the squad. Completely
But I
agree.
do think it will be favorable for Trent, because you will be able to play in a position where he can provide more at the front.
Pedro, it's a sad prediction I'm going to do for Liverpool fans. I think with the departure of Jurgen Klopp, Mo Salah, Alisson, Virgil van Dijk, it'll be hard for them to stay the next 2-3 years. I really hope Alisson, Van Dijk stay. I think Mo Salah, it's impossible. The Saudi Pro League is going to pay the 200 million. If you don't know, you know now. It's going to happen, okay? It's undeniable. Mbappe, that's not going to happen to Liverpool, but those funds will get you a Jon Bakayoko and Artur Vermaelen. That's if you play Football Manager and you saw the move to Atletico de Madrid. So my point is, moves are going to happen. Changes are going to happen. A revolution is going to happen at Liverpool. Restructuring. Xabi Alonso, a new sporting director too, is coming to Liverpool. So whoever gets chosen for next season, it's going to be a big challenge to go against a Guardiola with Man City that is constantly winning Premier League.
Yeah, but it will be a clash of titans to watch.
It's true. But Xabi Alonso, if he wins the Premier League, Xabi Alonso, if he wins the Bundesliga, he'll be the first manager to dethrone Bayern Munich since Jurgen Klopp. And that's poetic in my view. It's just fitting for Xabi Alonso to be the replacement of Klopp, being a Liverpool legend too. He was a wonder kid once as a player in a Champions League final. He might be in another Champions League final as a wonder kid manager with Liverpool. But it's bold takes.
Yeah, but it's just crazy what he has been doing at Leverkusen with the likes of Alexander Grimaldo, but Victor Boniface, which has been doing amazing.
What a player. It's so good. Xhaka. Imagine if Xhaka is in the Bundesliga title that Harry Kane doesn't get with Bayern Munich.
Yeah, man, we forgot to mention that. How crazy is it that Harry Kane moved to arguably the most expected team in the world to win a title this season, at least one title, and still doesn't make it?
Harry Kane has 27 games, 28 goals, 8 assists. Harry Kane's doing everything.
Don't get me wrong, yeah. But it's just a matter of bad luck, I guess.
He's bringing Dyer and Trippier. There were reports it's not going to happen. January window's over. But let's wait and see if the Bayern Munich curse is going to start now.
Bayern's
with Harry
there,
Kane.
so
that would be mad. That would be mad. But eventually, he's going to win the Bundesliga
yeah,
trophy.
I also think so. And maybe, who knows, even the Champions League.
Can happen. But people, let us know. What did we miss in the Premier League? Comment down below your expectations. Chelsea, just last question. Do you think Chelsea's going to keep Pochettino until the end of the season?
Listen, and we were talking on off before starting, and I don't think Pochettino is the right guy for the Chelsea job.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you agree with me. Just looking at his last roles as a manager since he left Tottenham, it hasn't been great for him.
True.
So he was always somewhere where he was expected to win titles or at least compete. I'm talking about Chelsea, not PSG now. At least compete, which was what was expected from Chelsea. Chelsea spent over 700 million euros on the course of last year. So it was for me unthinkable that they would be sitting around 10th. I don't know if they're 10th. Maybe they're even below 10th.
Yep, they're 11th.
Yeah, which is it's crazy.
Second season in a row below 10th.
And Pochettino had the freedom
True.
to choose the players he wanted.
True.
Okay, he brought in Nkunku, which was arguably the best striker on the market last.
But he's been injured the majority of the time.
Yeah, he's only now starting, but I don't know, man.
But the thing on Pochettino, though, I agree with you. I think Pochettino isn't the man for Chelsea. And my biggest variable, and it's thank you, Breton, for it. There's only one player that's improved at Chelsea this season. It's Cole Palmer, and I think it's more on Cole Palmer doing it himself and not the tactics of Pochettino with the team. He's played false nine at Cole Palmer. Come on. If you see him play, he needs a striker right there, in my view. So
much better than Nicholas Jackson.
And another thing, too, Todd Boehly. He sacked Tuchel from a loss with Dinamo Zagreb. Since then, he's got Potter, he's got Lampard, and he's now Pochettino. None of these managers are better than Tuchel. None of them. So the next manager of Chelsea better be a better manager than Tuchel. Because if he's not, Chelsea fans must be angry.
I am Jose Mourinho.
But let us know. Who's the Chelsea manager you want to see? Is Poch the guy? Defend him in the comment section. It's not going to be easy.
Before we wrap it up, do you see Jose Mourinho returning to the Prem? And talking about Chelsea, making a comeback to Chelsea?
I think that's not going to happen. But if it should happen, maybe it should. Jose Mourinho is a Chelsea legend. Would Jose Mourinho be doing a better job than Poch right now? I think so.
It's hard to do a worse job than Pochettino is doing right now. So my guess would be Jose Mourinho is more of the right man for the job than Pochettino is at the moment. Let's see.
It's a bold statement, Tien. So let us know if you agree or disagree. And thank you, Pedro, for another bold talk with you.
Take care.